there, welcome to Big VTV. Great to have you with us for a Tuesday night. Craig Freeman at the desk with me. Huge weekend it was for senior grand finals, and we're here to wrap it all up tonight. Lots to talk about. Division 2 women grand final game 1. Wow.
The Cinderella story.
Wow.
The Cinderella story continues.
They've come from 4th, I think, at the
Fifth,
is it?
Fifth.
Wow.
They come up against the red hot Coburg,
Yes.
who steamrolled into finals and have been playing great.
Blackburn we're talking about, of course.
Yeah, Blackburn.
The Vikings.
Double-digit win.
Yes.
11-point win in game 1 of the grand final.
11, I
led
got
by
12. I got 12 on mine. You got 12 on yours.
12.
Points.
Math wasn't great
Get
there.
that right.
The Pocket Rocket led
Yes.
them once again. She had 19 points and 8 boards. She has been absolutely brilliant finals.
She has got a fan club out there, knee high. She's just, the fans have gone wild for Belmonte. It's amazing.
Anything can happen now. They're only going to win one off the next two.
I'm
flying.
telling you, they are a big chance. They have been in awesome form. Belmonte, 19 points, 8 rebounds. Nicolina Sukarica had 10 points. And Tori Sunskas had 6 points, 14 rebounds. Alana Prochak, 12 for Craigieburn. Nicole Cameron, 10 points, 12 rebounds. What an incredible win.
Concerning for Craigieburn?
Absolutely, 100%. And this is what it's all about in these best of threes. The way the setup is in Big V, the lower placed team gets the first final at home. If you win that, you are a big chance going back away. You've only got to get one of two. Don't get me wrong, it's not easy. It's never easy.
Yep.
But you're a better chance.
Yep.
And they are a big chance.
Red hot chance.
Yep. We're going to talk more about game 2 and 3 if needed later on in the week. But Blackburn did what they had to do. They got the win on their home floor and they go in with their tails up. Division 2 men, grand final game 1. There's the result. Mildura couldn't get it done on their home floor. I've been with Coburg all season, Craig, you know that. But I thought maybe the Heat may snatch it at home. Apparently, it was a massive crowd. It was an incredible atmosphere. But the Giants, they do it again.
That's a really strong
really
win.
Good.
Playing in Mildura in finals, one of the toughest places to go and win. And they did it with composure. Jeremiah Jurich with 19 points leading the way. Pat Green, he's had a great season.
Paddy Green's had a good season.
Pat Green with 16 and 9 and Malum with 15 and 6. Calvin Henry had 26 points, 12 boards, 5 assists, 6 blocks. And Dallas Brown was good with 18 points. And David Meyer was pretty good with 13 points. Just couldn't get enough from the rest of the role players. Coburg, the whole lineup really stepped up and played as a team. Yeah, look, Malum is a really important player for Coburg. He gets them going, he feeds them. Paddy Green and Jeremiah Jurek have been in terrific form. Coburg go home with that 1-0 lead. And opposite to everything we just said about Blackburn in D2 women, unbelievably hard for Mildura from here. I think Coburg, we'll talk about it Friday night, but I think they're a big chance to wrap it up Saturday. Really good. I agree.
Division 1 women, grand final game 1. This one down at Warrnambool. You know I'm a big Mermaids fan. They had all of their guns, and Casey got them by 6. Amy Wormold 21 and 13 for Warrnambool. Katie O'Keefe had 13 points. Casey a 27-14 second quarter set this up. They had an 18-point lead at the half. Jamie Lee Jeffs, who has been in some form,
Brilliant.
16.6 rebounds, 4 assists. Taryn Wilkin, terrific, 12 points, 12 rebounds. I reckon she had some blocks in there as well, at least a few.
Warrnambool clawed their way back into this one, though. Late in the game, I think it was down to 2 or 3 points late. Casey were able to hold on. Huge. Winning in front of the Green Army.
Incredible.
It's as tough as it gets.
It's one of the hardest places to win in finals.
You've got to consider, going into the season, many people would consider Tenali Hood Casey's best player.
Yep.
Nowhere near 100% right now.
No, she's not. She's carrying an injury.
Playing off the bench, I believe.
Yep.
It's just great effort from Casey to snatch that win.
A little bit of controversy at the line here as well. I know there's been a few things said, tech foul and that sort of stuff, so there's a little bit of controversy, but don't write Warrnambool off, Craig. It's all they are loaded with experience, loaded with talent. Just don't write them off. I would love to see this series go into Game 3. If this goes into Game 3, there's every chance I'm going to be right there on the sidelines watching it because I reckon it'll be a beauty.
Be great in the new stadium. Pack that out.
Be a beauty. Let's go to Division 1 Men Grand Final Game 1. Speaking of beauties, half-time, I'm thinking this could go either way. Shepparton 83 went down to Chelsea 94. Chelsea just went to the next level in the third quarter, and their second half was quite outstanding. Spencer Coleman, 24 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists for Shepparton. Cam Vines, 23 and 8. Jake Cowling, really good third wheel, 19 and 7. But have a listen to this. Go on.
Corey Standifer.
Unbelievable.
42 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and Mitch Riggs, 26 points, 5 boards. Shepparton actually held Brasser very well. He didn't get off the chain too much, but Chelsea had enough role players step up. Shepparton didn't. After those 3, I think their next leading score was maybe 4 points.
Yep.
Bartlett was well held, really well defended. Coleman and Vines were brilliant, as they've been all season, but
Mitch Riggs has got to be, he has to be the best in-season recruit of the year in any division of Big V, bar none. Has to be.
Unbelievable pickup. And you look at a game like this, last year, this is the type of game that Chelsea lose, where Corey goes off, and they just don't have, and Brasser's held. Corey goes off, Brasser's held. Last year they lose. This year they're able to find another player to step up and
I mean, there's been some big recruits that have come in during Deng Deng, I know, down at McKenna. But in terms of impact on a team, Mitch Riggs, unbelievable. Incredible.
Yep.
So Chelsea returned home.
But we did see him lose game 2 after doing this last week, so it's still open. It's still open for game 3.
Yeah, and they dropped that second one, of course, to Western Port.
Yep.
What you can be assured of,
it'll be rocking.
if you don't get to Patterson, if you don't get down to Paddo, as I like to call it, if you don't get to Patterson River by probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon, there's a fair chance that you will not be getting in.
Also, be prepared to walk. There's not a heap of parking right up near that building.
No.
I know last year we went, and I think I parked about 1.5 km away on the street.
Just leave your car out on the sand of Chelsea Beach somewhere.
And
just
make
leave
your way
it down
across.
there and just go for the walk. It will be an absolute ripper Saturday night. Again, more on that when
some absolute superstars in that matchup.
When we come in on Friday. Just some great players. I think if you want to get along and just see a lot of offensive fun, get along and see it. But Chelsea head home 1-up. State Championship Women Grand Final Game 1 turned out, Craig, you were there, so I'll let you talk about it, but turned out to be a bit of a fizzer.
Yeah, final score 50-85, and really from the opening tip, they weren't in at Southern Pen.
Were you there? Tell us about it.
They just looked out of sync from the start, and take nothing away from Sunbury. They did an absolutely brilliant job. They got them out of their rhythm. They really pressured Joe Shelley, and that took Southern Pen out of a lot of their offense. The only person who had it going for Southern Pen was Peyton Little, but a lot of that was her having to put her head down and get to the hoop.
Fins up, they call her down there now.
And I think the real issue was getting Jazz out of sync really took the whole of the Sharks out of sync, and Karen Harrington spent most of the game on her. Was brilliant.
Talk about in-season pickups.
In-season pickups. Was absolutely brilliant. They have not lost a game where she plays a proper amount of minutes. I think she played 30 seconds against Knox or something like that, where they lost. But she slotted in against Southern Pen midway through the season. They haven't lost a game since. On fire, both ends of the floor. No matchup really who could go with Elise Penaluna either. She was catching
14
every time she caught the ball inside. She was getting a good look.
Yep. Ola O'Reilly had 14 points. Now, the one I wanted to talk to you about, because, again, you were there, from all reports, Chelsea Burns finished with 14. I've said she's one of the most versatile and important players in any team in Big V. Her first quarter.
I think she was 3 of 3 from 3 in the first 2 minutes.
Just came out and shot the lights out.
Yep.
Unbelievable. It's got them going. The skipper got them going.
Well, the big thing heading into this was...
Is Chelsea the skipper, by the way? Is she the captain?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay.
The big thing heading into this is really what brought Southern Pen back to Sunbury was their three-point shooting.
Yeah.
They missed 17 three-point shots.
They had 1 or 2 for the game.
They didn't hit one till pretty much the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of an ironic cheer in the crowd when one finally dropped. They just could not hit the side of the barn.
One thing you know about the Sharks is they're going to go down swinging. So they had a bad night.
They're not going to play that bad again.
They're going to play that bad again. They're going to come out and have a fair dinkum crack on Saturday night. It does go back to the hangar this Saturday night, Sunday if needed. But the Jets, looking for a three-peat, by the way.
Yep.
It's an incredible run.
It is.
And they're going to go home very, very warm favourites. Incredibly warm favourites.
Incredibly well coached too. They just didn't make any mistakes out there. It really was perfect.
So well done to the Jets. Let's go to State Champ Men, Grand Final Game 1. Eltham 71 went down to Ringwood 99. I was out at this game. I'll talk more about that in a moment. Just take us through the leading players.
Well, Benny Waldron for Eltham was basically the only one who
Brilliant.
showed up. He had
7-3.
29 points, 4 boards, 3 assists for Ringwood. Matt Fennell has had some kind of final series.
He's on another planet right now.
I feel like he just rested himself through the regular season, got through there, and then absolutely turned on the Jets. He had 26.
He is looking down on all of us at the moment.
26 points, 8 boards, 3 assists. Jacob Gibson does his thing week in, week out with 25 points and 7 rebounds. There was another couple. You could read out more names for Ringwood. Snowy had a great game.
Yep. So, great crowd. Packed house at Eltham High, of course. We're there for the live stream with Paul Langford and Dylan Stith. Eltham jumped out of the blocks. Benny Waldron got them going straight away. Josh Sykes, great first quarter. At one stage, midway through the first quarter, Eltham led by 10 points, 15-5, and then by quarter time it had evened back up. Ringwood held an 8-point lead at half time. Eltham came out, hit some early shots, got it back to 3. Ken Harrington, without blinking an eye, timeout. Burnt one of his timeouts early in the third without hesitation. It was a masterstroke. Settled his team down. They went on and won by 28. After that timeout, it was one-way traffic. And one of the key guys in this win, and a lot of people won't have a real in-depth look at what this guy did. But Matt Fennell found himself in some foul trouble, and Sean Clark found himself in foul trouble. Trevor Latham came in. Now you have a look from about the halfway point of the third quarter for the rest of the game. If you go onto the Big V Facebook page, you'll find the live stream from Saturday night. Just go and watch from halfway in the third to the end of the game, and you watch what Latham does. It was a cameo to end all cameos, and he was literally quite amazing in the last 15 minutes of that game.
Both ends of the floor?
Both ends of the floor. He was fantastic. Everyone looks to the big play, and Jacob Gibson was hitting his shots. Fennell was doing his thing. Snow was playing great. Just watch Latham.
One of the most iconic things I've ever seen in Big V history.
Don't know about iconic. It was quite incredible.
Is Snow taking his shoe off, checking out, sticking his foot in an esky.
Ice bucket, yeah.
Then when he has to check back in, back out of the esky, back in the sock, onto the court.
At one stage, he went, I think he was talking to Truman on the sidelines, he actually got up and dragged his foot across to the sideline in the ice bucket. Coming into the game, I walked into the stadium with Matty, and he was carrying a big bag of ice. What are you doing, Matt? And he told me that he'd hurt his foot at training on Thursday, heard a pop in his foot. Plantar fasciitis is what they're talking. And one thing that Paul Langford said during the broadcast is plantar fasciitis isn't one of those injuries that can just go out and get worse, but it's bloody sore. It hurts. You watch that game, and for those who are out there, they would have seen it. And those watching on the live stream, Matt Snow played an incredible amount of minutes.
He still had 8 boards.
He was hobbling. He was absolutely hobbling through that whole game. His hands defensively were incredible. But every time he went off, the shoe straight off, the sock straight off, the foot in ice, straight back into the sock, straight back into the shoe, back onto the court. It was I've never seen it in 15 years in the Big V. 15
Sums
years
up,
plus, I've never
sums
seen
up him as a player.
Yep, absolutely. So Ringwood go back home 1 up, and they've only lost once at the Rings this season to Eltham.
Yep.
Eltham were held to, 71 points. I think they average about 87, 88 per game this season. So they were very well held. Ringwood has the 9th best or worst, whichever way you look at it, defence in the competition. They led in the 9th most points.
Yep.
Their defence was outstanding.
Yep.
So they came to play and turned the tables on Eltham. Ringwood go home 1 up. Going to be very hard to beat Saturday night.
Very tough to beat, but Eltham have just continued to play well, and they have lost a couple throughout the season and then come out the next week and really show. We saw them lose to Hawthorn and then get the job done still. I wouldn't count them out on the Saturday, wouldn't be surprised to see it go 3, but Ringwood obviously hot favourites.
I'll tell you what they do need. They need Josh Sykes to stay in the game. Stay in the game physically and stay in the game mentally. He's got to stay in the game. Fouled out, and some of his fouls were just cheap, clumsy fouls. the way he started the game, he was very, very good in the first quarter. And then he started doing clumsy things. Josh Sykes, and I know they'll be watching this out at Eltham, the show, he needs to stay in the game. They need him out there. Without him out there, Ringwood just got right on top. Right on top. Chris Cameron, Big Bradbury. Bradbury missed so many baskets close, within... They will be better, Eltham, but Ringwood's got a massive advantage.
Yep.
Massive. Anyway, there you go. Lots to talk about grand finals. Now, tomorrow night, we're back at the desk, and this is going to be a bit of fun because we're going to unveil all of the nominations for the awards. Awards night coming up September 22.
Yep.
But all the nominees for Youth League, is that right?
Yep.
And then Thursday?
Seniors.
All right, looking forward to that. Friday, back to talk about all the big games coming up on the weekend. Big VTV, huge week, last week of the season. Thanks for sticking with us. It's been a long ride. We'll be back tomorrow night at 5:30. See you then.